I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Happy Hump Day, everybody. This is Mark, the ministry dude, coming to you live in Livingston, Tennessee, that is. I just wanted to touch a little bit on world events. I want to read a couple of Bible verses about world events. This is from John 16:33. I have said these things to you, that in me you may have peace. In the world you will have tribulation, but take heart, I have overcome the world. You know, if every day you read in the news that, you know, there's a shooting somewhere, somebody's opened fired on this or that, or, you know, there's wars, there's, you know, all this stuff in the world, and some people will question whether, you know, God is really there, or, you know, Jesus Christ, if anything, you know, about him is really true or not. Let me tell you something. When I was younger, you know, we pledged allegiance to the flag in school. You know, we went to church. We went to Sunday school. You know, we prayed together. We ate together. You know, you disrespected your parents. You got your butt whooped. You know, and look today now. You know, the world is in turmoil. I mean, you know, the people are divided. Back then, the people weren't divided. You know, we made fun of, you know, if somebody was black or, you know, Oriental like that, people would make fun of them, yeah, you know, but you didn't go around bashing them and shooting them, and, you know, and we all lived it together really pretty much in harmony. And then people said, well, you know, I'm offended by the statue of Jesus at the federal building or the state building, or, you know, the prayer, or the 10 Commandments. So, you know, of course they had to take them out of there because they didn't want to offend anybody. Now look what's going on in the world today. I mean, you know, they wonder why, you know, there's so much turmoil when, you know, our supreme leader, Jesus Christ, has been taken out of everything. That's just like a war breaks out. Oh, we got to withdraw our troops because we can't fight them, you know. So, you know, of course they're going to win the war because they've taken away everything that we can, you know, defend ourselves with. Well, why do you think the world is the way it is today? Because we've taken Jesus Christ out of everything. You know, we set him aside. We put sin forefront. And then everybody wonders why. Why there's all these mass shootings? Why there's shootings in schools? Why, you know, the world is divided, black and white and red and yellow. Everybody's divided. Because our supreme peace leader has been cast aside. You know, nobody wants to follow the rules. You know, that we've got them 10 Commandments there for a reason. But, you know, the government, they want to make their own laws and their own rules and everything. And until we follow the 10 supreme rules, this world is going to be in chaos. There's no way to get around it. You know, you can make all the laws you want to try to protect the people. Excuse me a minute. But the only thing that's doing is just making more laws. You know, these people that make these laws, they're sitting up there and we're paying them to make these laws, you know, that affect our lives. And a lot of these laws affect our lives. And I mean, you know, they shut the pipelines down and everything. Now we're buying oil from foreign countries and the price of gasoline is crazy. You know, and well, the people we're making too much money over here, so we got to send all our, you know, businesses and everything, all our industries overseas so we can make stuff cheaper, so we can let other people have our secrets so they can make that stuff against us and attack us. Boy, you know, that makes a lot of sense. You know, well, we've got all these shortages and everything because We send everything overseas to be made. And then they wonder why we got all these shortages. Don't wait for your ship to come in. Buy something here. There's a lot of companies in the United States that make products and stuff, but everybody's just looking for cheap, 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 cheap. Well, my grandfather had a saying, you get what you pay for. If you're going to buy something cheap, you're going to get cheap. If you're going to buy quality, you're going to get quality. Stuff here in the United States isn't any more expensive than anything from overseas, China, like that, Look at the Japanese. They've been in the United States for years building cars, and they're very successful at it. Do you know why? Because they know how to run a business. You see, a lot of these big companies, they're only in it for the profit. I mean, yeah, the Japanese are in it for the profit too, but they're also in it for the people. Maybe we ought to just follow suit and pay attention to them for a minute, Because we can build stuff right here in the United States just as cheap, or if not cheaper, than we can overseas. Because you got to pay for the cost of the fuel to bring that ship over. Because what are they going to do? Have solar ships come over, bring it over? That's not very cost effective. We've got, we can manufacture stuff right here. We've got strategic places in the United States where we can manufacture stuff, and we can ship it all over the United States. We don't need no boats. We got trucks. Truck drivers. I was a truck driver one time, years ago. I drove truck. It's not a real easy job. I mean, the money is great. But, they need people like me. I don't want to do it anymore because I'm retired. But still, there's a lot of people that could be truck driver. It's an interesting job, really. It can get kind of boring, but now they got cell phones. When I was a truck driver, didn't have cell phones. We had CBs, and we'd have to stop to a truck stop, and call people, our loved ones and like that, and see how everything's going. Now you just put the headset on, you got your phone, and the Bluetooth, boom. You're driving along talking to your family. You can talk to them anytime. What we had out there was truck drivers and like that, but, other truck drivers. But now with technology, you can talk to anybody you want anywheres. So, being a truck driver has its advantages. You get to see the United States. I've seen almost the whole United States just driving truck. I mean, granted, yeah, I drove through, but I've been to places that a lot of people have never been to. That's what life is about. You got to get out and see things. People, their eyes have been closed for so long to things. They need to open up their eyes and focus. People need to have their message heard like that. Write a book. That's what I did. I've wrote several of them. If you're going to beat this inflation stuff, if you're going to beat this government, then get your own little gig going on, Don't rely on other people to take care of you. You really think the government's going to take care of you? You got another thing coming, because the only thing the government's worried about is the government and getting bigger and supporting their family. We're supporting them, and they're supporting their families. We got these career politicians. They've been doing it. They've been mooching off us for years. And they've just been running our country into the ground. The deficit is ridiculous. What was it, 40 years ago or so, when the federal budget was balanced? That's a long time. People criticize Donald Trump, but at least we had decent gas prices like that. Yeah, he's not the most personal guy in the world. But, I think he did a good job of running the country. I'm sure a lot of people was going to disagree with me, but still. Gas is less than $2 a gallon. We didn't have all these ridiculous lumber prices. We didn't have all this stuff. And I don't think really Russia would have invaded Ukraine if Donald Trump was the president. Because, Joe Biden, he's a politician. He talks with words. He don't talk with action. Actions speak louder than words. If you tell somebody you're going to whoop their butt, then you better whoop it. Because talk is cheap. Action. You got to take action. You got to take action in your life. We need more people to come together, to come closer to Jesus. If there's turmoil and trouble in your life, what better person to help you than our supreme being? You know, we got God and we got his son, Jesus. That's two people right there that we can count on. But a lot of people just push them aside. Oh, you know, I'm offended by that because I don't believe in that. Well, you know, I don't believe in a lot of things either, but, you know, I'm not going to throw my life down the toilet just because I don't believe in something. You know, I'm going to make the best of it. And you should too. You know, everybody, we need to let Jesus Christ in our heart. You know, open up your eyes. See what's going on in this world. You know, the devil is trying to poke through. He's trying to push everybody aside. He's trying to squash us. And we shouldn't let him do that. Don't let him do that. You know, I can't tell you how many times I've done dumb things in my life too. When I was younger, you know, we all learn when we're younger, you know. But, you know, it seems like when you get older, you get smarter and like that. I mean, it took me a while. You know, I didn't start getting smarter until I was in my 40s, and I'm still a child. I mean, I'm still, you know, basically a kid at heart. But, you know, at least I got a little more common sense, and I do things a little smarter now, you know. I don't just waste my money on stuff. I invest it and I help other people with it too. You know, that's the problem with the world. Everybody's all out for themselves and they don't care about nobody else but themselves. And that's not a good thing. That's sad, isn't it? A real sad thing. We all need to come together. It don't matter what color you are, what nationality you are, your sexual orientation. It doesn't matter. It matters that we're all just one big people coming together to love one another and help one another. You know, instead of saying, well, you know, well, that's all mine. Oh, well, you're hungry? Well, too bad. You know, I only got enough for me. Or it should be, oh, wait a minute. You know, here, let me break off a little piece of this bread for you, you know, here, because I know you're hungry and I'm hungry too, but let's share it together. Or, you know, let's say you're out of money for the week and you need a little extra. Here's $20. Here's $50. You know, pay me back when you can. You know, don't lend money to people expect to be paid back because 9 times out of 10 they won't pay you back. Give it to them. Just say, here's $20. Here's $50. You know, I know times are tough. Let's work together. That's what we need to do. Work together. Let me say a couple more Bible quotes here, and then I'm going to close out for today. And they worshiped, this is from Revelation 13:4. And they worshiped the dragon, for he had given his authority to the beast. And they worshiped the beast, saying, who is like the beast, and who can fight against it? We all need to fight against the beast. You know, David and Goliath. You know, David, he beat the beast. And that's what we need to do. We need to beat this beast. Romans 12:2. Do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewal of your mind, that by testing you may discern what is the will of God, what is good and acceptable and perfect. You know, transform your mind. You got to start thinking different. Because if you think the same old thing all the time, I know people don't like change, but we all need to just come together. You know, I'm going to leave a link to my website. Visit my website. You know, if you got something to say, write a book about it. Put it on Amazon. You know, I've got a free guide that'll show you how to do that. You know, all you got to do is just join my list. You know, we'll say a prayer for you. We'll help you as much as we can. That's what the world is all about, helping people. This is Mark the Ministry Dude. I'm signing off for today. I'm going to leave a link to my website below. I want you to visit it. Sign up for my list and get that free guide on, you know, how to tell your story. You know, don't be bashful, but if you're an introvert, then it's perfect. Put it on the internet. You got it. If you don't like, make some videos. If you don't like, have somebody else make it for you. You know, I'm not shy, so, you know, I don't mind making videos. All right, everybody, have a blessed day. This is Mark the Ministry Dude. I'm signing off for today. We love you. Come together. As John Lennon said, come together right now. We love you. Bye-bye.